Hey everybody, this is Matt with another young adult Catholic video. It's been a couple months since I made a video. Hair's been cut, things have been changing, but hopefully can say a thing or two, and you guys can get some maybe an insight out of this. Um, this is kind of like choosing God versus choosing the world, and it's based off the song "More Than My Hometown" by Morgan Wallen. So kind of like a lot of country songs. Also, if you don't like country, I apologize. If you have a different song you want to maybe have me get some Christian insights on, put it down in the comments or put it on the Facebook page, and I'll, if these videos do good and people like them, I'll for sure make more. So this song, it begs the question: are we going to choose God, or are we going to choose like the world? And the world is kind of represent. It could be representative of us choosing our hometown or choosing the girl of our dreams. And I think obviously the relationship's not the same. God loves us more than any girl or guy ever could. But I think this song, like relationship with God, is kind of good. It's easy to kind of see that in country songs. Our relationship with God versus like the relationship with someone else can be very similar. And ultimately choosing between that person and maybe what we're called to be as our hometown. And you can look at it from both ways. You could say, I want to stay in my hometown. I wasn't made for the bright lights, the craziness. And I love the world, right? Like there's things in the world that I love. Name things that you like. If we go into the chorus, it talks about a California sunset. I can't imagine. Underage drinking. I can't imagine. No, I'm kidding. Unfortunately, I did partake in that, and at the time, like there was moments when it was good. It wasn't ultimately what I was supposed to be doing, but it felt good. Fishing, catching a huge fish, duh. Settling down with a girl or guy, duh. All these things are great. The question is, are they going to come ahead of God? And name things. Name things that you feel like you're putting in front of God. Maybe it's a significant other. Maybe it's a career or college or sports or name it. It's there. And the decision we ultimately have to make is, do we love it more than our hometown? Which you can look at it from either way. Do we love it more than God? Or do we love God more than it? And that's really going to dictate our life because, yeah, we may like these things of the world. And obviously, I'm not saying like a sunset or all these things are horrible, right? Some of them are, but that's not what's important. It's what's important is when it becomes elevated, when it becomes an idol over God. That's when it's a concern, and that's when you need to make that decision of what do you love more, because that decision's going to come. The world's going to say you need to do this, and like, right, there's that line in our lives, and it's that decision. It's that, like, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but like that pinnacle moment of our life where we have to kind of pick and choose the path. And that's not to say we can't come back, but like there's moments in our life where we have to choose: are we choosing God, or are we going to choose our ways? And if we make the right decision, typically it's exemplified, right? We look at some of the saints, like Saint Ignatius, like was a soldier, broke his leg, and literally started the Jesuits and made like tons of confessions, tons of baptisms, everything, converted a ton of people. And then we look at some of like the bad rulers of our day, and we can, I'm sure there's points in their life where we can also say like, all right, when did their hatred of someone else or a group of people or etc. Take precedence over like God and what they're meant to be? And that's ultimately what this decision comes up to: is what are we going to choose? If we look at Deuteronomy 31:8, when we choose God, He's going to be with us, and He's going to make life, not necessarily easier, but peaceful, and not full of anxiousness, but of hope. The Lord goes before us and is with us. He will never leave you or forsake you. Do not be afraid, or do not be discouraged. And that's encouraging, especially when the world is going to bring us down and hurt us or cause us pain, or mock us for our decisions. So once again, going back to the song, the world is gonna give us this, it's gonna give us this kind of decision, right? Are we gonna choose God or the world? Are we gonna choose the girl and the bright lights in the big city, or are we gonna choose our hometown? And that's ultimately what's going to define who we are and define the way we live our lives. And I hope you can say it with me that yes, the world's great, and there's so many things that I love of the world. but ultimately, that's not you and me, right? So I guess I'll see you around. I can't love you more than God. And that's kind of what the song is, and that's the decision we have to make. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, have a good rest of your week.